Hey Bears fans, Mailbag coming up here on today's show, but before we get to it, get subscribed to the channel because we have you covered on all things Chicago Bears here on Bears Now. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. It's right below the video on your phone or desktop, or you can go to the link in the comments, youtube.com/BearsNow. Share that link with all of your Bears fans and friends. Let's continue to grow this channel together. And with that being said, Mailbag time coming up right now. You're watching Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham, as always. Appreciate everybody who submitted their questions on one of our recent videos. Got a lot of good ones, and I appreciate you guys very much, as always, for submitting those questions. Let's go ahead and kick things off on today's mailbag with Ethan. What is the stalemate between the Bears and the AR-12 deal? Is it the cap, or does he not want to sign yet because he knows who the because he does not know who the quarterback of the future is? I'm guessing is what you meant there. Look, the reason he hasn't signed yet is because Ryan Pace won't pay him. Like, he's made it clear he wants to be in Chicago long term, which I don't know why he necessarily would. The quarterback play in Chicago has been brutal, but he wants to be a Bear. He wants to be in Chicago. Ryan Pace in this front office won't get a deal done with him for some reason. I don't get it. I'm sure there's been some kind of offer, but I'm sure it's been a low ball offer. Allen Robinson is a top 10 receiver in the National Football League. That's why he's top 10 in receiving yards this season, despite brutal quarterback play with over 630 yards and 3 touchdowns and 50 catches. Guys, he's on pace for 100 catches and almost 1,300 yards. Like, with Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky, Allen Robinson is a freaking beast, and to not pay him would be just ridiculous because, good thing Anthony Miller's ready to go. Guys, come on. You got to sign number one receivers when you have them. You don't want Allen Robinson to hit the open market. I suppose you could franchise tag him, but that is not the way I would go. I would get a deal done as soon as possible. My answer is I don't think Ryan Pace in this front office is motivated enough. That is what I would say when it comes to an Allen Robinson extension. Hopefully something happens soon because AR, he's one of the best in the business. Now you guys know what to do. We'll make this the pinned comment and you can reply right there. Extend AR. Get it flowing in the comment section. Hashtag extend AR. I'm going to keep asking you guys to do it until it happens because Allen Robinson needs to be a Chicago Bear for a long time. So spam the comments. Hashtag extend AR. William Brack, something like that. Will we finally see Riley Ridley? I feel like he could still be a slot receiver in this league. Well, we're going to see him, I think, on Sunday because Javon Wims punched a dude and got suspended, and the Bears decided to release Ted Ginn Jr. Thank God. He was bringing nothing to this football team. Obviously, Dwayne Harris will be he'll be in the mix as well, but I think he'll mostly be at punt return. So all of a sudden, Riley Ridley goes from a guy who's been inactive the entire season, a healthy scratch, by the way, to, hey, number 4 receiver, get ready to go. Like, you're our number 4 guy for this game behind Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, and Anthony Miller. I suppose Cordero Patterson could be your number 5 receiver for this game, but as you guys know, he's been playing mostly running back behind David Montgomery. Ridley has not played in the game this year. He's been inactive all 8 games. That will change this Sunday, barring some unforeseen injury between now and then. Last year, didn't get on the field much either. 7 targets, 6 catches, 69 yards. That's nice, but it's not that productive with a long of 32. I don't know how much he'll play, but I think he'll at least be active, and that's at least intriguing to me. How excited are you about watching Riley Ridley play this Sunday? Like I said, barring something crazy, he will be out there. Scale it from 1 to 10. I'm at like a 5. If he can't get on the field with this wide receiver crop that's very inconsistent behind Allen Robinson, something tells me he may not be that good. But scale it 1 to 10. 10 means you're so excited you think this guy's going into the Hall of Fame. 1 being, I don't give a shit, I've punt on this season. Let me know down in the comment section. I hope you haven't punt on this season, and hey, even if you're not confident on the Bears, you can bet against them at BetRivers. Chatsports.com/BetIL, Chatsports.com/BetIN. They're going to give you a 100% deposit bonus. Those 2 different links, you're probably asking, why are there 2 different ones? Here's the deal. You can deposit and sign up from anywhere in the United States, but to place a bet, you must actually be either in the state of Indiana or in the state of Illinois. If you live there, if you're going to be traveling there, That's what you have to do. Chatsports.com/betin. You can place a bet in the state of Indiana there. Chatsports.com/betil for you Illinois folks. Those are the two links. You go to those, boom, you can get going with Bet Rivers. Get going today. Bet the under on this game. I think it's too high at 46.5 against Tennessee. I like the under on Sunday. I'm going to stick away from that point spread because there's a lot of issues with this Bears offensive line right now. But you can bet on it. Chatsports.com/betin. Next up, do you think we should look into signing Vic Beasley Jr.? I'm a little interested. I won't say I'm super interested because I don't think this is a major position of need, although Robert Quinn has not been that effective for Chicago, which that's a development that we should talk about more. The Titans obviously released Beasley. He did clear waivers and is now available to sign. And yeah, he is a guy that the Chicago Bears should look into adding to their roster. Like, I think Vic Beasley could be a rotation guy, right, and get after the quarterback a little bit. He hasn't been that effective this season for Tennessee. They tried to trade him, didn't happen. I think he came into camp and into the out of the offseason out of shape. Just hadn't been that effective. His pressure rate is down. It's below 10%. Just not that good overall. But his prior 4 seasons with Atlanta, he was at least a guy who could get after the quarterback a little bit. Had 8 sacks in 2019. Obviously, he's not going to be that 15.5 sack guy he was in 2016, but can he be a guy you come in, you play 6-7 games, gives you 3 or 4 sacks second half of the year? I think that could be a possibility. And like I said, Robert Quinn, guys, he has 1 sack this year. That is not what you paid for when you gave him 5 years and $70 million. That's looking like a miss from Ryan Pace in this front office. It's early, but not looking great. If you can get Vic Beasley for cheap, I'm at least intrigued by that possibility. So should the Bears sign Vic Beasley? I'm a man of the people, democracy here on Chicago Bears Now. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Should the Bears sign Vic Beasley? Go ahead and cast your votes down in the comment section. Oh boy, you're yelling, Kingfish. All caps here. Why was there no trades done? Is the Bears front office not allowing Pace and Nagy to do more moves because they are going to get fired at the end of the season if they don't make the playoffs? I agree on the end of that. It's as simple as this. If the Bears don't make the playoffs, someone's getting fired. I don't know who it is. I would lean Ryan Pace, but it's possible Matt Nagy could get the hook too. All the reports after the 5-1 start, Nagy and Pace are safe. They'll be back next year no matter what. If you go from 5-1 to missing the playoffs, that tells me you finished very poorly and something's got to change. And I think Ryan Pace would probably get the hook first. If this team does not make the postseason, someone is going to lose their job. We'll see who it is, but I can't imagine this team bringing everybody back if they miss the playoffs. Meme Mafia here. I know it's still far away, but what do you think the Bears will go for in the 2021 NFL Draft in the first few rounds? This is my way too early 5 needs for Chicago this offseason. The top 2 are obvious, and I don't think anybody out there would disagree with me. Quarterback, offensive line, whichever order. I'll say quarterback first because it's the most important position in all of sports, and Nick Foles and Mitchell Trubisky are not the long-term answer. If you disagree with me, I disagree with you, and guess what? It's my show. Wide receiver, linebacker, defensive tackle, Eddie Goldman, will he come back and be as effective? Hopefully, but I think you at least need to take a look at that. I think receiver and linebacker, more secondary type of needs there, but quarterback and O-line. You got to figure it out. Like, do you draft somebody? Do you trade for somebody like a Dak Prescott potentially? Free agency? I don't know. And you got to revamp this offensive line because it is a mess. Those are some needs I'm looking at. We'll do a Bears mock draft sometime in the nearest future. I'll say in the next month or so we'll do one. Maybe during the Bears bye week we'll cook one up for you guys. But the Bears need to get a quarterback after this season and fix that offensive line. I'm Harrison Graham. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.